Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 14, Week 5, Day 2. So, of course, today, we got ourselves the Dripping Caverns faction. So we shall be going through that, getting all the standard loots. Very colorful, surprisingly. The most colorful of all the factions. Not sure why there's so much color there. Most of them are pretty monotone. But yeah, we have that. Aside from that, of course, while we did not farm as many Vault Keys last Vault weekend, we still have a pretty decent pile to still go open, 352. So we are still going to be chipping those down and seeing what we can get. Of course, not as much as the 1,000 we did last Vault weekend, but you know, they still take a little while to open, so we'll chip at them here and there and get that pile down to 0. And we definitely will before the next Vault event, that's for sure. Anyways, that's pretty much the game plan. So, and of course, we actually finished all the stars yesterday. It was pretty easy overall. It does have an annoying resummon mechanic, so depending on your stats would be how hard it would be. But honestly, it was a lot easier than I was expecting. Potentially one of the easiest days we really had so far for the trials. As long as your stats aren't lower. If your stats are lower, this could be a nightmare because they have a billion resummons. But if you have the damage output, it's not that bad. Anyways, let's go and where should we even start? I guess we'll just mess with Stripping Caverns right away. So we'll go with the team we mentioned in the Monday video. We do have access to Tesla, but of course we have access to Rowan, so why not Rowan? But we do have access to double Tesla Holy Saint Astra into a mana accumulator, like Leprechaun or however else you want to run it. So there is that route, but we'll probably stick with Rowan. We'll be fine. Maybe for the super deep end, we could actually switch over to it if we really want to. Like once we start hitting 60, 70. Though I do need to switch to armor, regardless of which one of those two I am going to be using. As we will be needing to utilize that. Oh yeah, we needed the seasons for yesterday. That's funny. I was like, wait, why is that set to 3 seasons instead of 3 armors? But that's because last night we needed it for the trials. Also, this place's layout is the most annoying thing ever, by the way. Not to mention the colors makes it really hard to determine where on earth you even need to click, which is not ideal. But anyways, hello everyone. Hope all you guys have been doing well. Hello Ricardo. Hello Bill. Hello Humberto. Hello NASA. Hello Tyrion. Have you heard back from the devs yet? Hello Kikolia. Let's see. Oh, did they make the Groshnock enemies even easier? Oh, nice. What did they change it to? Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Roman. Hello, because I can't actually even check because, yeah, I already finished them all. Hello, NASA. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Jonian. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Supernova. Hello, who did I say hello to? Please, everyone. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Yeah, I don't get to see the team then. I guess I could go check the forum post for it. Yeah, we already did it all. We don't even get to see the new team this time. Let's see. What's the easiest way to go find it? Hopefully it's like one of the top ones because this page, for whatever reason, is very broken when looking up through this method. Official news. There it is. We noticed that Groshnock Trials enemy team is a little frustrating to play against, especially at higher levels due to the amount of summoning. Oh, they removed the summoning. We have released a server change to the enemy team to reduce the frustration while still giving a slight challenge. With the trial player team, we will be looking at alternative teams in further weeks. Groshnock is a kingdom where the troops don't have spells that easily complement each other. Very really? They did. Unless they changed, or unless they're talking about the ones they already changed. Because honestly, that team was pretty good. Double Empower into the rest of it was not that bad at all. This is something we will review as part of a future Kingdom rework. Why didn't they just make it all like that in the first place, though? But sure, there we go. Yeah, they're going to slowly be improving them. Anyways, they have indeed made the defend team easier. Or, you know, the team that you're fighting against. Hello, Ginky. Hello, Emanator. Welcome, welcome. As Genki mentions, definitely feel free to leave a like and a stream. Epsilon is greatly appreciated. We're also going to just be going through deep, dripping caverns tonight. And some Volkies, see if we can get something lucky. I want to hand out an extra code for getting the super juicy loot. They changed the team to Orc, Veteran, Dire Boar, Ogren, and Gorthrum. Oh, so they completely got rid of the legend. That's nice. I can't remember who Gorthrum is. Yeah, that's a lot weaker. Because that gets rid of the 50% mana start, too, to all the orcs. That also means they got rid of the mana drain orc, if I'm not mistaken. That's not too bad. You had the original team until level 30? Oh no. That's not good. But yeah, we ran it all on, I guess, the harder team yesterday. It wasn't that bad at all, though. But I guess for lower stats, it would have been a nightmare. Because you would literally get, like, almost soft-locked in a sense. Because you wouldn't have the damage to outkill them. And then they would just keep summoning, and it would just keep going over and over and over again. Which is probably the main reason why they changed it. Because for our stats, it was kind of easy, but if you had, like, half that many stats, that might have actually been an impossible battle. Just from the sheer amount of damage you would need. So hello, Clip Bomb. Welcome, welcome. And hello, NASA. Oh, did people already report on it earlier? I'm glad they already changed it then. I mean, hopefully they did that for every week. Because honestly, a lot of those trial battles are horrifically bad. At least the initial teams for all of them. So if they're going to be adjusting both the enemy and your own team for every single one, that's going to be good going forward. That's one case we're covering a master video on it all is actually a good thing that we didn't. Because gosh, I would already be out of date. Because seemingly they're changing every single one. Because at this point, they basically have. After like the second or third week, they've changed every single week so far in one way or another. As far as trials are concerned. And it seems like it's going to be a continuing trend that they're going to do literally every single time at this point. Week by week as it happens. Not sure why the patch itself didn't do that in the first place. Like, you know, when they added it in 6.9. Better late than never. Can you see the reaction pop up on your stream? Reaction pop up. Not sure what you mean by that. You're still on 75 for the trials. You didn't realize how far back you were. Yeah, I think up to 100 is the pre-star battles. And then it starts getting into star battles. Like in Twitch, the tiny emojis. I can see them. The one above me doesn't always show them, though. But yeah, I see the same one that you guys see on the side. Like, the exact chat that you're typing into right now is what I see. But as above me is not what I see, normally. Because, yeah, I believe it appears slightly different above me than it does in the chat itself. But I'm looking at the chat itself. Not as bad late than never. True, they're still not making them perfect, but, I don't know, they've been making them quite a bit better. It's a special little bar with live reaction emojis? You mean the tip ones? I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Well, one theory initially is they literally just had them all randomly generated. And I didn't think that at first, but with how much they're changing them, I almost feel like they are. Because most of those teams didn't seem like they were that composed, like, at all. Isabel, I'm not sure what feature you're referring to. But yeah, it's not appearing on my side. Not sure how I would enable such a thing. Oh, Rowan's already ready. Hello, Stacy. Welcome, welcome. So we'll end out a code once we finish our faction. We'll end out a second if we get lucky on the vault keys at any point. Which hopefully we will. Also, you know what feels weird? We don't have to hunt for crowns today. Because that was the first time we only had a 2-week-long event, and gosh, was it short. Though it's better than it taking 5 weeks long and lasting forever. But, yeah, it doesn't take any time at all. Like, yesterday I didn't really feel it, because, you know, we already did so many battles that it wouldn't really matter. Like, we would have gotten it done regardless. But yeah, today, we don't have to go out of our way to go get crowns, which is nice. What pure faction team are you thinking of using here? You basically just run 4 to legends. We don't have to do it because we already done it in the past. But just 4 up on the legend and that's it. It's pretty straightforward. He has a bunch of mana accumulation, he has double silence, he has true damage. You outpace the enemy's version of it. And you basically spam it until you win. As long as you have 3 of it going into the final fight, you should be good to go. Ideally 4. Hello, Bill. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. Your day's been well. We're already halfway there. Oh, okay, good. Enchant got us up. Hello, Logic Slayer. Welcome, welcome. You know, maybe we'll go try to test the build on the next run. Not this one, but one floor further. Also, hello, Lester. Did I say hello yet? Welcome, welcome. You already gave us a bunch of bananas. Actually, that's something I haven't picked up in a while. I should go pick up bananas next time we go to the store. Probably going food shopping tomorrow, actually. I was going to after the Darkest Dungeon stream today, but then I just kind of took a nap. Only for like an hour or two, just to rest a little. I should have plenty of time to do it tomorrow. I just ran out of a lot of things. One thing I was mentioning too, I've been getting back into a soup mood, and I ran out of soup, so I need to buy some more soup. Also ran out of yogurt. I know, soup's one of those things where I won't have it for weeks, and then 1 week straight I'll have it like once or twice a day. I'm not sure why. I'm actually pretty similar when it comes to yogurt too, and quite a few other foods. Where I'll just go like a really long time without it, and then I'll be just having a super craving for it. And then I'll basically eat it until I get tired of it. And then the cycle repeats. Or I don't eat it for a while because I got tired of it. Then I get really in the mood for it again, and, you know, it just keeps happening over and over again. There's several foods that are like that. What kind of soup? My favorite canned one is definitely cream of broccoli. Though my favorite, just in general, is definitely lobster bisque. The problem is, I have yet to find a good canned lobster bisque. I assume it doesn't exist. Or no store by me anyways. It's one of those things you kind of have to get fresh to get the full lobster bisque experience. You need fresh lobster for it. It's one of the things that makes it beyond just the actual liquid itself. So hello, Chad. Welcome, welcome. I was all of our vault weekends. Mine was pretty average. I only went for like 200. Did one actually go for 1,000? I feel like almost no one would have this time around, because it kind of came out of nowhere. So a lot of people weren't necessarily ready for it unless they just already had a free weekend. Yeah, lobster bisque is one of those soups you basically you can really only eat fresh. England clam chowder. That one's decent. I'm not a big fan of clams, but if there was any way I would eat clams, New England clam chowder was like some crackers. Sounds pretty good. It's definitely not a soup I would generally go out of my way for, but I would definitely consume. Like, if that was an only soup that a restaurant had, I'd probably still order it. I'm not as big a fan of clams, but I like soups that are based on other fish-like creatures. Like she crab soup and lobster bisque, stuff like that. I've never been a big clam person. Hello, Dragor. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Crisp. Welcome, welcome. Also, I don't like tomatoes that much, like, at all. Tomato soups are actually pretty good. I feel like the only thing I ever eat tomato soups with are grilled cheese, though. Like, I'm pretty sure 90% of my total ever tomato soup consumption was with a grilled cheese sandwich. Or tuna sandwich. Or ever so occasionally potato salad sandwich. But mostly grilled cheese. It's like one of those soups that kind of needs a sandwich in it, especially if you dip it in it. Because at that point, it's pretty much just like a dip at that point. Who else is playing Tears of the Kingdom? Oh yeah, that game is really, really good. There's no way it doesn't win Game of the Year. We finished it the other day as well. Or the other week, I should say. We didn't do like full completion or anything. We're probably going to revisit the game at some point. But we still have so many games on our backlog that it might be a while. Right now we're trying to finish through Darkest Dungeon 2, which we're more than halfway through. We just finished Zone 3 of 5. Unless there's a Secret 6 one I'm not aware of. So we're at minimum halfway. If not slightly further than halfway. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was really, really good. Had a lot of fun mechanics. Storyline was amazing. A lot of really memorable moments, both in gameplay and in storyline. Where you go to please build crazy inventions. Yeah, we do need to go back there. Just to mess around with stuff. Because I want to kill the dragons as well. Because we saw 3 roaming dragons around for each of the elements. Well, each of the, I guess, Legend of Zelda elements. Fire, ice, and lightning. We also never really got the chance to go and do the whole underground. I probably explored like 10% of the total underground, despite having fully finished the game. Like, we barely even touched that area. And most of my exploration of it was like the required amounts. I never even found a single one of the map locations, and we found like 3 or 4 of them. Have I made any giant mix with giant dogs? No. We didn't really make any weird contractions. The weirdest contractions we made were trying to solve some of the endgame puzzles. where because I couldn't quite figure out what the solution was, I just made a gigantic tower, then lifted the tower, and then rode up the tower instead of doing the actual solution. Because, hey, it worked. I wasn't going to bother spending an extra, like, 10 to 15 minutes trying to figure out the actual solution. So we made a bridge. Like, one of the sections, you were supposed to build, like, some kind of wheel contraction. So instead, I made a bridge out of wheels, and then vertically raised it, then used it as a ladder. Instead of the actual intention of building, like, a little makeshift cart. We instead built a ladder. It's one of those games where there's pretty much no wrong answer. You know what, let me go run Rowan build for once. I mean, not Rowan, I mean Tesla. I've been mentioning it, I haven't ran it a single time. It's Tesla, Holy Saint Astra, and Leprechaun. Yep, I meant to keep the Leprechaun, whoops. I'm so used to putting that in last slot. I'll put that in there. Hey, this was the Tesla team I've been mentioning. I've been mentioning it so much today and yesterday, and I have not used it a single time, so let's go use it finally. We want a +2 blue, +1 red, and there we go. Alright, but that's the team. Double Tesla, Leprechaun, Holy Saint Astra. And it should be pretty quick. We just throw down Leprechaun, ideally you have double Tesla, then you click the double Tesla, and then you win. And a lot of times you probably don't even need to click the second one. But it's there if you need it. And this runs through the whole faction. So you might want to put a tank in front of it at some point. Maybe even drop Leprechaun for hero tank or something. Or Holy Saint Astra for one. But for this early on, it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, Tesla buff is actually kind of insane. I haven't been using her much since the buff. I really should be. She was already insanely good, and then they buffed her even more for some reason. Her kill range potential is just so much higher now. She went from a 4-to-1 to a 3-to-1 boost ratio, which now allows her to pretty much consistently double shot everything in the entire game, as well as expand the range of what you can single shot. Man, that's what the second Tesla's for. Yeah, we're gonna need to be mentioning this more on Monday videos. Because you can run this all the way from 20 to 500. Like, this will never fall off. The only thing that could happen is your first slot could potentially die. But you can always offset it with a tank hero by dropping one of these two for a tank. Yeah, she'd actually get... I believe she's the only troop in the entire game that still gains no benefit from being meddled. One of the most confusing things with the Tesla buff isn't even necessarily that she got buffed, but that she got buffed in a way that she still doesn't use magic. They could have still kept her pretty much exactly like that. Like, keep her a 4-to-1 boost ratio, but just make her magic +8. That's it. Just make her do her magic value with 8. And yes, that would maybe actually be a little bit worse than the 1x boost ratio that she got. But at least her magic would finally do something. That was a perfect opportunity for them to do that. And instead they increased their boost ratio by 1. Or decreased, depending on how you look at it. Instead of just making her magic do something. Yeah, I believe she's the only troop in the game that gains a stat from being fully meddled that she does not utilize in any way, shape, or form. Making her theoretically the most useless thing in the entire game to fully trait, despite being one of the best troops in the game. Which is one of the reasons why the viability of a troop does not indicate the traitability of a troop. Because Tesla is pretty much top 10 non-mythic in the game. Yet she gains absolutely no benefit from being fully traded. Actually, a lot of things that are in the top 10 of the game don't really gain a benefit. Like Leprechaun. Like, generally its durability is never going to come into play. Like, maybe occasionally it'll survive a hit. But more often than not, it's not actually supplying any speed in any way, shape, or form. So it being fully traded means little. In the case of Tesla, it does literally nothing. Anyways, let's go hand out a code. And we'll go mess with some keys, as well as the other dailies. Need to go clear those out. Haven't done those yet. Also, hello, Maximus. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let me go get this to you guys. Let me go grab that. Boom, boom, boom. Grab that. Paste that in there. But there it goes. Go. Here's the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code is found in your settings menu. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbered letters starting with ZD. And give same loot as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. Anyways, let's go clear out adventure board. Anything good here? Oh, everything's good. Nice. We'll go like quick kill Rowan, I guess. Yeah, Zolgoth gets very little. I still haven't maxed my Zolgoth, I don't believe. Because the benefit for doing so is so minuscule. I think he gains, like, what, a few attack, a few durability or something? He doesn't use his magic stat. And, like, a third of what he gets is magic. Or actually, isn't he a striker? Doesn't he only get attack and magic, now that I think about it? Which means, yeah, I think he only gets 4 attack. He doesn't use the 4 magic if he's a striker. Oh, Assassin? Hey, isn't that the one that gets that? It's like 4 attack, 4 magic or something. I don't remember. Let's see. What's the Zolgoth get? Where's Almighty Zolgoth? Zolgoth. Yeah, it's 4 attack, 4 magic. So he only gets 4 attack because he does not use 4 magic. Which, if you're using him in first slot, you know, that's okay value, I guess. But he's generally not used in first slot unless it's like a weird Guild War team that needs him for Impervious, which I have done in the past. But otherwise, very rarely is he specifically in first. Like, eventually he's gonna be in first if you start losing in a given battle. But it's very situational. I do feel like I do eventually want to upgrade him, though, as I do use him on a couple Guild War days and stuff like that, and he would benefit a decent amount from that. But for example, something like Explore 12, he would gain no benefit from being fully traded. There's just no reason to do so. Hello, Insane Gamer! Welcome, welcome. If anyone else has any other questions, anything you want me to go over, do let me know. We'll make sure to do so. As soon as we finish out the dailies, we'll go, basically just farm some Volkies. We didn't go for that many last Vault weekends, but, still gotta go use them at some point. And I still have some from the previous time, too, because originally what I was doing is spreading it out so I'd get it done by next week's Vault event. But of course, there's not a Vault event anymore next week, because we had it last weekend instead, so they kind of changed it on us. Yeah, I did see that earlier. We're missing 2 people. I mentioned it last stream, but yeah, if anyone wants to join the guild, we could do 2 million plus gold. We do have 2 spots open. We need to fill that before next Guild War, which I think we have like 2 weeks, so we do have plenty of time, but still. Oh, we're only missing 1 now? Never mind. Oh, nice. Someone already recruited. But yeah, now we only have 1 spot left. Take it while you can. The other one already got taken. We're missing 2 earlier, when I checked yesterday. Apparently we filled the other already. Hey, Soul Gnome. I mean, not Soul Gnome. You know what I mean, Curse Gnome. How did I get his name wrong? I knew what he was. I don't think I've ever called him a Soul Gnome. Oh no! Because I called him the wrong gnome, he gave me the lowest roll. Boo. He can give you 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15. He gave us 10. The lowest possible roll. Also, I don't believe he can drop you a Volky anymore, so that's truly his lowest roll. Also, though, then again, technically 10 shards is worse than a Volky these days, I would say, on him. Also, hello, Nexurus. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's go clear out dungeons. Come on, perfect. Oh, wow. Death Trap immediately. And some emeralds. Is it going to be top bottom 3 again? No! Didn't we just bottom 3 the other day? What's with all the bottom 3s lately? Let's bring out Zolgoth. Death Mark shouldn't be that bad as long as we don't get unlucky. You found a troop you don't own that has a 50-to-1 boost ratio? Sometimes there's some boost ratio troops like that actually do nothing. There's like some weird glitched ones. So they're normally 1 out of 100. I'm trying to think of what troop that could possibly be that has a 1 in 50. Because I don't recall... Oh, no, I needed that. Because I don't recall any that do have that specific ratio. I might even want to go cleanse metals just to make sure that doesn't happen again. Right as I was about to click my mana accumulation button, it dies the death mark. Very unfortunate. That's only for 2 more battles. Oh, is it Bandit? That might be right. Because they gave him a visible boost ratio just so he wouldn't do much. Because he's a common. Yeah, he's still one of the most broken troops in the game because of his, when he got nerfed, he got buffed. He uses that one weird troop that, can be fully metaled but not have stealthy. I wonder if they're ever going to change that. Because only people who were able to do that back in the day at this point, like 4 or 5 years ago, still have them like that. But yeah, Bandit's one of those troops you never start on your team, but there are things that summon it decently commonly. There are a couple that are like that. Like Drake from Drake. Oh, come on, he dies again to Deathmark. Like Drake from the Drake Rider is never actually used on a team. You always just use the 100% summon version of it. Tome Spider's kind of in that category too now that it was added to the other troop. Where there's a troop that 100% summons it now and you just run that instead of the actual troop. Giant Spider's pretty much in that category. Way back in the day, Giant Spider was meta. But in the current state of the game, the only way that you really ever put it on your team is by having it get summoned off of Orb Weaver. There's probably only one of a few troops I can think of that is actually used at the start of battle despite having a consistent summoner. And that is probably Web Spinner. Even though Arachnean Weaver can consistently summon it, it's so powerful with its triple damage to nearly everything in the game that doesn't have immune to web, that it's very often used in first slot without being summoned there, despite there being a consistent way to do so. Just because of the value of having that high of a skull pressure immediately. I just realized we're almost at 6 million glory. We probably were earlier, and I spent all of it getting the 10 free event keys. Well, you know, not free, but 180 each. As well as buying up a bunch of this guy, which is completely useless. It does come with a bunch of arcanes, though. Anyways, let's go see how we can do on Volkies. Not sure how many we're opening tonight, but definitely want to open some of them out. Maybe a few dozen. Let's start chipping into them. See what we can find. Not with that team, though. We'll use the good old Diamantina. Honestly, I don't feel like I use Diamantina as much as I thought I would after I crafted it. It's still an insanely good option. But I don't know, I just don't feel like I bring it out that often. I also don't feel like I use it as much for the other team I thought I would use it for, which is 3 troops and a solid team, and then put a 4th one as Diamantina just sitting in the back. I was expecting to do that a lot more, but I have barely done that since its release. I have occasionally, mostly for Guild War. Outside that context, I haven't really bothered building it that way. Because it's a great way to absorb excess mana from a triple team that works already. And it just has that as a 4th troop that just gains all the excess mana. Did you see the Adana pets for next week's Reborn? No. Why, is one of them for Tesla? Let's see. The most broken mythic they could put it on is Tina 9000. Which is actually absolutely insane if they do that. The most broken legend they could put it on is Tesla. And the other two don't matter because nothing's broken in those categories from what I can recall. If they put it on Tesla and Tina, that's going to be pretty solid. Let's see. Oh, Bork got it. Oh, interesting. Wow, wow. Okay, so they got it for Bork, Tesla, and Tina. That's some of the best ones we've gotten yet. Ooh, I might even buy the Tina one once. Because for whatever reason, I have no clue what's up with it. Have any of you guys seen the Infernus pet? Because the game refuses to give it to me. It is the only pet I'm missing. And the weirdest thing is I never see it in the daily offers. Like, you know, whenever it offers you a pet because you're missing some pets, it never offers me the other one. So I'm not sure what is up with it. Because people have seen it. But for whatever reason, I am still missing this pet. Well, technically all the starry pets too, but I'm not counting those. I am missing still the Infernus Imp. So I'm almost considering getting a copy of the other one. I think it's like, what, $5? It's a little more than I would want to spend for one of them, but hey. Just to have a copy of it just in our collection so we can max it whenever we want, if we want to. It's nice to have. Because right now, if I want to go max the Infernus bonus, I can't. I don't have the single copy to go put a pet orb into it if I want to. So I'm considering that for the next one. Because Tina 9000 is a pretty good upgrade. So is Tesla. So is Bork. Honestly, Bork is probably the most interesting one. Because I think this is the first time that a mass destroyer is getting a pet associated to it. Because I don't think any other of the mass destroyers got a pet like that. And that's 5 extra destroys because it's a 1-to-1 magic. Which is not that bad at all. Yeah, those are some really insane things to end up getting the pets. Some of the best we've ever seen, actually. Because 3 of the 4 of them are actually good. Bork, Tesla, and Tina. The other one, not so much. Definitely the best lineup we've seen so far for them. Hey, we got an ingot. Hey, the first new one. Well, newer. I still consider them new. They came in December. That's pretty new for Gems of War time frame. December is like yesterday in Gems of War time. Yeah, if you spend 15, you get the books. But that's effectively buying a book for like, what? $3 each, almost, in a way. It's kind of expensive. I don't think I'd bother going that far with it. I'd mostly just want to buy the first 5-hour one just to bypass the RNG of having to get the pet. Because that Infernus one has just taken us absolutely forever. And we still haven't seen it. It's been out for almost a year now, and I still have never seen it. I know, if they were purple books, that's a different story. That's true. It's probably going to be like red or yellow. If it's an Adana-based event, it's almost guaranteed red or yellow. Which are not particularly good colors at the moment. They might eventually be. Obviously, they're eventually going to have a 30-star kingdom associated to them. But they can never have a magic kingdom associated to them unless a new one gets added. Also, that's something I'm really curious about with the roadmap. Two things will be known once they do the next roadmap. When the next 7.0 patches, or, you know, the big .0, which if I had to guess is in August, based on when they normally do patches and everything. But it's likely going to be very early August, unless it's very late July. But, the other thing we'll know is, are they adding another kingdom? Because if they add another kingdom this year, which is pretty unlikely, but if they do, it'll be the first time they've added 2 kingdoms in a year within the last 5 years. Because so far, the last several years, they've been doing 0 or 1. 0 because they were doing all the faction stuff, 1 because they were starting to bring kingdoms back, like they have been. But never since they've stopped doing it have we ever gotten 2 within a year. And I still feel like we won't, but I'm still curious to see if we will. These new kingdoms are generally pretty fun, especially if the gimmicks are nice. I just don't feel like they add enough new troops to new kingdoms. Given how many troops every single kingdom currently has, new kingdoms just don't come in with enough compared to where every other kingdom already is. I'd prefer them just to do 1 per year, but add like at least 50% more troops than they have been to them when they do get released. So we've not gotten a single good major today. They're adding 7 Kaju Mythics, 1 for each color, 1 non-color specific. Oh gosh, are they doing a Diamantina all over again? I wouldn't mind that if the system behind it isn't like purely RNG. No, I've never even seen the Infernus pet for money. Well, other than when it first came out. Oh, do you need it for the Kingdom Power task? Otherwise it won't show. Shouldn't it still be in drop table, though? A new currency incoming? I wouldn't be surprised. There's no way 7.0 comes without a new currency. Like, there's a there's over 100% chance. And I say over 100% because there could be 2 new currencies. Yeah, there's like a 300% chance we are getting new currency. Around 2 to 3 of them, if not more. Let's see, what do we need here? Take the yellow. Yeah, I heard a lot of people got it from random pet battles. I have not been lucky enough to see it or be on whenever they are. Oh yeah, we're getting the ring soon. Is that already in the spoilers? Because I actually don't know what the rings were. They were to be determined earlier. Because yeah, next Tower of Doom, we're finally getting the 6 Doom weapons, or the 6 rings. But last I checked, we don't know what they do yet. And that will determine if the next Doom weapon cycle is actually going to be good or not. Because so far the last few have been pretty bad. Ignoring the Curse Breakers, we have not gotten a good Doom weapon for like 2 to 3 years now. Like, the last good one were the hammers. The hammers came out, like, pre-pandemic, I'm pretty sure. It's been a while since we've gotten good Doom weapons from Tower of Doom. Because whenever we get a new weapon, it lasts for over a year. So they last for a very long time before they cycle. Because the event only takes place once every 11 weeks rather than once every 4 weeks. So it takes forever to roll around. Like, over a year time. Because there's 6 of them. It takes 11 weeks each. It's 66 weeks. Technically 77 if you count from the beginning of one all the way to the end of the other. Is Sorcerer class required for the Vault Key team to one-shot? Which one? Oh, you mean the one I'm doing right now? Oh. Yes and no. It gives this team a few more magic bonus. But it's not needed to one-shot. Because you just double up on, like, Mesmer or Penguin like we were doing earlier with Penguin. I believe it's 1 higher magic than running Penguin. Like, if you replace Hero with Penguin or literally anything that does, you know, +5, it is only 1 magic less. The reason this team is slightly better is you get +3 and +3, which is +6, which is 1 higher than Penguin or Mesmer or anything else you could do there. Which is the main gimmick of what this team does. It is 1 higher magic than the alternative. So it's not that big a deal. But it is 1 magic higher than, like, double Penguin Leprechaun. Or any similar build. So yeah, you don't need to be using Sorcerer for it. It's not that big a difference. Though I believe it does get something else from its perk, doesn't it? Well, there's a 50% chance it gets magic, but it only applies to Hero. 3 magic, but it's only to self. I don't think it gets anything relevant. Well, I guess random status effect, but that's very rarely going to be helpful. Then a 7% insta-kill, but that also very rarely does anything. Wait, does it have Mentor? Oh yeah, I'm not using Mentor. So yeah, it actually can be an extra magic. I imagine I'm even using Mentor right now. I'm not sure what we're using instead. But I always keep forgetting to equip it. Because I believe I run Disease or something instead on it normally. And I always forget to switch it back. No, it's not Disease. Which one is it? It's, Oh, I always run Stealthy on it instead of Modern Magic, that's why. Because in a normal context, you would want to have Stealthy on this. But in this context, you'd want the magic. So yeah, never mind, it's 2 magic higher, not 1. Because normally if you're running Sorcerer, you want Stealthy on it. But this is that rare circumstance where you actually want, not Stealthy. You'd want to have the extra 1 damage. Because you never need Stealthy in this fight. I was not sure why, but I switched that weapon back out for Black Manacle. We did initially with the mana accumulating weapon. But honestly, we just need something to poke some damage there. Technically, it could be anything too. Actually, no, it does have to be purple still. So yeah, Black Manacle. I'm gonna switch it. I didn't mean to for a while. I just kind of kept that there because why not? But I do want it just in case we need some backup damage. It's very rarely that we're gonna need that much damage, but if it happens to be like no skulls, it allows us to kill in that circumstance. Which is rare that we're that low on damage, but occasionally we are. I'm just casting it immediately without paying attention to overall damage output. When there's like only 3 skulls on the board or something. I think we're going to keep consuming our keys till we hit 300. It was like a nice number to stop at. So far, no really good loots tonight, though, unfortunately. A lot of pretty generic loot, or even below average stuff. Which is weird, because we were doing pretty on rate for the Vault event itself. Pretty average with all of our drop rates. But the actual keys have been pretty underwhelming, unfortunately. Nothing particularly good yet. Oh. Ah. I remember the days when a Major Blue was good. It's not horrible, but this late in the game, there just is not as much to use them as there used to be. Hey, there we go. Major Forging. Oh yeah, I was mentioning that earlier. We only need like 4 more Major Forgings now until we've maxed out every Doom weapon. Not counting the rings that are going to come out soon. But you know, they come out once every 11 weeks. I think we can get one whole Forge Scroll within that time. Yeah, it's 62 now for the Forgings. Between the bigs and the smalls. And 4 more Majors, and I believe we have maxed every Doom weapon. Technically we could do it right now, but only until we have a few more Majors. Let's not waste as many Scrolls. Yeah, Major Blue is a really good orb. Same as Major Purple. Major Purple gives you seals for Mythics, which are basically just like gem keys in a sense. And Major Blues allow you to max out troops, as well as if you don't have Zolgotha or Enraged Carandaria, it allows you to go get those easier. Wait, lower mana cost? No. No. Upgrade spells and lower mana costs? Oh no. The balance. It is about to be disrupted. Oh no. Oh no. That could only be broken beyond belief. Could you imagine like any troop being able to get like 3 lower mana costs? Imagine a Thrall. Imagine a Thrall with such a low mana cost that enchant gives him empower. Could you imagine that? Yeah, it could just be more elite levels, which would make sense. I wouldn't mind them expanding the elite level system. But, elite levels were always just more so like a little cosmetic thing that gave you like a very small amount of stats. Something like mana cost reduction would be absurdly large benefit. Even lowering anything's mana cost by 1 can substantially change how it functions. Especially if it's a below 10 mana cost. The only problem if they ever did something like that, though, is it would make elite levels kind of required. While they are somewhat in the current state of the game, they're not particularly required, I would say, overall. Like, the amount of stats they give is pretty minuscule to the point where, like, you're almost never going to lose a fight without having them. Like, they can make a difference ever so occasionally, but very rarely. But if they started to expand even further, then, yeah, having the elite levels and everything would actually be a bit more required on every given troop. Oh, so hello, D13. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, I was asking Tyrion earlier. I didn't see the reply though. But yeah, have you heard back from the devs yet, Tyrion? Because I'm kind of curious what is going to happen. Chumming for the whales. Have you seen the system they've done in Puzzle Quest 3? Because I'm pretty sure it's only gotten worse since then. You needed to get like 6 different sets of max gear, like 1 per color. And each set of max gear was like $10,000. And you needed like 6 sets. And even then, you might not still have best in slot for everything. It was insane. Luckily, Gems of War is not that bad. Though I guess if you moneyed down everything, it would kind of get that big. But there's a lot of ways to earn things for free in Gems of War, which is nice. Slowly over time. Oh, they had an update for it today? Nice. Yeah, I haven't checked up on that game in a while. I probably should at some point. Anyways, there we go. We opened down the 300 Vault keys. Nice. Yeah, I guess we'll go hunt for, I don't know, maybe we'll find a merchant real quick. See if we can get, like, an angel or merchant. Let's go to, like, Cinemirage or something. Bring out a good old Dust Devil team. Ran this a lot last weekend. I'll run it a little more. The good old one-shot build. Let's see if we can find a merchant and or angel. Does it have a page for the drop rates? I've never actually checked it. Pretty much all of them should be in drop table now, other than the most recent 2. You're playing Diablo 2 Resurrected before Gems, so you're happy with the speed at which you obtain things here. Wait, is it actually that slow in that game? I played it, the original Diablo 2, like, way ages ago when I was younger. But I never played the remake. Well, it was a nostalgic game for me. It wasn't that nostalgic that I felt like getting the remake. Also, I've kind of quit, like, doing any Blizzard product ever after what they did to Warcraft 3. Also, I heard they basically just completely demolished, what's that one game called? What's their shooter game called? Overwatch 2. Because, like, the main thing they promised they would do with Overwatch 2, they then didn't do. Which sounds like exactly something Blizzard would do in current state of Blizzard. The exact thing they said they would do as the main promotional thing of why you would want to get the sequel. And then they proceeded to not do it. Amazing. Have you ever really been playing any Battle Pass games recently other than Gems of War? I've even played Fall Guys since launch day of their most recent season. Kind of been trying to stay away from them. I don't really mind it too much for Gems of War. Because luckily everything in Gems of War, even if you miss like 10 season passes, you could just earn almost everything in the future. Aside from like a few cosmetic pets. But like everything that gives you stats and stuff like that, you can always earn in the future. Like those troops from the Kingdom Pass, they're going to be in the drop table in like a month from now. You can get them for free then. Pretty easily as well. Did they change Bork's fast trait? He never had a fast trait. Right? He never did. Because you had to use mech to give him 50%. He never directly had 50% mana start. You had to pair him with Mechanist hero class to give him 50%. Which was a nice benefit, because most other things like that don't have a 50% mana start. Like Merilith, for example. But the chicken does. But you have to pair it with mech. I haven't heard back from the devs yet. They probably will in a few days. Because normally it takes them, what, like 2-3 days to reply to those? It's been 2 days now. Alright, one more merchant or one more angel. See if we can get anything tonight. We got some Nisha, so that's not too bad. Though we had to pay for the 500 gems for it, but still better than nothing. There we go. Okay, let's see what we get from the final merchant. Come on, purple deeds. Ah, greens. I'll still take green. I should be pretty close on finally getting the Magic Kingdom. How are we doing on purples? We could do a final tally real quick. I want to see how we are doing on this upgrade, because we should almost be there right now. We might even be there, and I don't even realize it. How many can we do? 2. I need 7 more! We were so close! I need 7 purple deeds. And we can get ourselves a permanent +1 magic bonus. I still haven't figured out which one I want to do yet, Karkaroff or Darkstone. I have not made my determination yet. And even once I have enough, I might still wait, because honestly, I might not even know which one I want to go for. I'll probably do it by next Guild War. Or maybe once we truly know what's coming next patch, so we can kind of make our decision based on that, because it'll take forever before we have another set. But, yeah, it's definitely a toss-up between the two. The main reason to do it in Karkaroff is Zolgoth. The main reason to do it in Darkstone is Thrall. So it really just comes down to what happens. These are like the 2 most notable troops from each location. The best mana accumulator in the game and the best auto killer in the game. Which is quite a toss-up for where you would put the extra bonus. The main reason being, they both give you a magic bonus. But whichever one you decide to upgrade will give you a slightly higher team bonus when you use 2 or more of the troops in the same kingdom. And that's the main reason. Is for that little bit of extra bonus. It's not that big of a bonus, obviously, but you know. Every little bit of stats adds up. It takes forever to finally get a 20 kingdom upgraded to max like that. Unless they make it easier in the future. But anyways, guys, we'll probably be ending it here for now. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We don't have too much going on tomorrow night, so we'll probably just grind a bunch of Volkies. We have a pet that we already have, just the Orc bonus if you don't have it maxed or just need more copies or anything. But that's like the only thing going on. So yeah, we'll probably focus on the World event, finish that out, get more progress on it. Guild's almost already there, so get some more. We'll have an upgraded medal for it. And mostly just mess with Volkies, do a little bit of grind. Do you have a quick team for the faction? Prefer with hero? Which ones? We mentioned in the video, you can copy paste them. We did the Rowan build for the earlier range. We did a Tesla build that can go the entire time that we were just using earlier. And Iron Zolgoth's available for the main mana accumulators, being Marilith Leprechaun or whatever other mass mana accumulator you want for second slot. I just happen to put a Marilith there. Main reason being is you could +2 her. So she has a Fire Link and then a +2 from Banner, so you can +3 total into her, which is very convenient. You do the same thing with green if you prefer it that way, but I just did it into red. But that's pretty much the game plan there. And it clears through everything. And the Pure Faction teams is 4 of the Dripping Cavern Legends. And you just true damages it down over and over again. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by, and goodbye, everyone. Thank